and welcome to another Dark Maestro stream on a Friday. A good Friday, if you might even say. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully it's been a wonderful, good couple weeks. It's been pretty decent for me. Got some stuff done. Had some good vacation time. Oh, yes. It was all awesome. Yep. Not very often we get to do Friday streams, but hey, you know, here we are. I kind of like it. Works out. Gives me an actual day off on Saturday before I have to go back to work. And actually, it makes it so that we can celebrate Resurrection Day tomorrow because I will be working on Sunday. So that kind of makes things difficult to do on Sunday. Yeah. So what are you guys' plans? How was spring break? What did you guys do? Got a few people waiting from the beginning there. Got Bearded Barley and Bass Guitar and Burritos, the dynamic duo with the sauce and the mods. Oh yes, it's good. Hopefully you guys are doing well. It's been a pretty okay day. Tell you what, the Wyoming weather is being Wyoming weather. That is for certain. We got back from vacation on Sunday and it was like, 75 the next day. And then today it's like 35 and sort of snowing sideways. Stuff and things. I finally got the glass fixed in our truck. Now, if you guys remember last stream, we talked about how there was something that flew into the back of our Expedition and broke out the back left window. Well, I found what it was. It was this little tiny wheel with a caster. It was like an aluminum caster. It was not yay big or so, but it only weighed just a few ounces. But hey, when those few ounces are traveling at 80 miles per hour, it kind of does some damage, doesn't it? So finally got that repaired though. Dude, they tried to come out and fix it and they didn't have the right tools to fix it. Apparently it was a new guy that was with Safelite. He's only been with them for a little while and didn't know what he needed and showed up and was not prepared. So, yeah, it took 2 weeks for them to get the glass and then another few days to actually get things done. They were supposed to fix it on Monday and they couldn't. So instead, they actually came out to my work and fixed the glass while I was working. It took them almost 4 hours to actually fix it though. Apparently it's a pain in the butt to get to. You have to remove all the paneling on the inside of the truck behind the glass in order to access it, to actually anchor it down and remove out all the bad stuff that's there. So yeah, so it's nice to not have to drive with crash wrap on a car once again. I don't recommend it. It works. It's a great stopgap, but as a permanent measure, how about no? Where's Dr. Evil when I need him? How about no? Oh man, this is the most trouble I've had replacing glass ever. There was a time where we had this ice storm at work, and I had my old '06 Civic, which wasn't old then, and it took out a lot of windows in the parking lot. Like 10 cars were affected, and on mine, the rear window, and then the two left windows, were broken out on the driver's side. Dude, it sucked. But I took it in and they had it repaired within 3 days, all 3 windows, and it was done. This took almost 4 weeks, start to finish, to fix. Well, it's good glass now. It's all not scratched and pretty and tinted. Yeah, weird about the projectile, right? Yeah, it's just, when you live out in the country, there's stuff in the fields everywhere. Yeah. But vacation itself was all right. I was able to see, all my in-laws and saw Ronald. Was able to help him out with him on one of his rentals and cleaning it out and going through all of that. Yeah, it's too bad it was taking so long, but it's all fixed now, so it's good. I was really glad that work allowed me to actually get Safelite out there to do it in the parking lot. But anyway, I was able to help Ronald fix up his rental a little bit, patch some walls, and get some light switches all fixed up. Left some big holes in the wall. Whoopsie. But it's good. It's good to see him to talk about things. And then, of course, we were able to play a ton of Pinochle with my in-laws. That's their game of choice. My game of choice is Minecraft, as you guys know. But as far as cards go, Rummy and Pinochle, and then Cribbage. And then maybe Solitaire. I really don't play Solitaire that much, but that's where it's at. Tell you what, man, it was pretty cool. If you guys have ever played Pinochle, I had like 2 double Pinocles personally. There was one night where there were 6 hands that had double Pinocles, like in a row. It was nuts. Okay, it happens. Think about it like this. That's like getting a blackjack 6 hands in a row. It just doesn't happen. But it did that time. What do you know? We had some good food too. We were able to celebrate Sammy's birthday out there, and so he got two. He got one out here and one out there. Had some good cake. Had some good food. I made spaghetti, and everybody loves the spaghetti. It's almost as good as manicotti. I'm looking at you, Barley. I'm looking at you, Barley. Manicotti. Is it snowing right now where you're at? Yep, that makes sense. What's really fun is when it's snowing and then there's still sun that's way off to the side shining through the snow. Oh, that's always an interesting combination. It's a blizzard, but it's sunny. What? Oh, man. So then, with the just family drama going on, we were able to have some really good needed conversations while we were out there, too. So God is definitely laying his hand on everything and making things happen. Maybe one day I'll be able to go through that story, but not today. The drive was good. We didn't have any issues. I was actually able to take my dad's truck. It's an F-250. I believe it's 2019. And that thing drives like a tank. That is solid. Zero issues at all. And if it had snowed, it would have bossed that snow. But it was dry the whole way and sunny and like 50 degrees to 70 degrees. But it did great. No issues at all. I was able to take my niece out there with us, and it was we had a really good time. Yeah. So it was a good vacation, guys. It was a really good vacation. Yeah, it's a good truck. That's for certain. Took me a minute to figure out how to use the Bluetooth setting on there. There's a media button on there that switches between USB and Bluetooth, and somehow it switched to USB between turning off the truck and turning it back on. And the way to fix it was to press the button again. And I pressed every button except that one. Gotta press the button. I just need to be like Dennis the Menace. Just see the button, press the button. Oh, man. So, as well, here's the biggest thing that I really wanted to share. I was able to actually meet with the pastor for XP Church. His name's Matt. He's a really chill dude. He's 8 years younger than me, so I'm not going to hold his age against him. But I met with him down in Salem. We met at this food court, which I didn't even know existed, but it's literally a row of food trucks. You would be in heaven if you and I went there. So it was really weird. It was like 2 blocks from where I used to live. So I show up down there and we get some food. He's on the carnivore diet right now, trying to lose a bunch of weight and make things right with his body. So he got some big beefy stuff, and then I found a Mexican restaurant place and I got tamales. And oh my gosh, there were green chili tamales, dude. They were good. They were chicken tamales with green sauce, and you guys know how I love green sauce. Oh yeah, it was good. So we sat and we talked for 2 hours straight. Like there was no break. Like it was just great times. And he's super open, super engaging. Like he doesn't shy away about looking you in your eye. And you can tell he's been talking to people for a long time. So I was able to share my whole salvation story about how I got saved when I was 10, baptized at 12, filled with the Holy Spirit at 14. And after I graduated, I found my own church that I was able to attend for a little while and started learning more about what I believe instead of just that I believe it. And then moving out to Wyoming and how God had his hand in all of that, and how Janet and I got together. When I start going through how much God has acted in my life, it becomes pretty apparent to me that he's been there the whole time, pulling all the strings. And it's kind of neat. It kind of gives a false impression sometimes, though, because like there's a couple years in between where things happen and like I'm on the bad road, and then he corrects me, and then all of a sudden he's active a whole lot because I'm listening finally. But it was really interesting. I don't think I've given someone the dump of my entire Christian life ever in one go. And there was a lot. There was a lot. Talking through how it is that I moved to Wyoming after my mom called me, and following a prompting from God to actually just go it's an intense story. And then how it is that coffee lady came out with me after at first breaking up with me and calling me nuts because there was no way that God would split us up. Well, almost 20 years later, we're still together and still in Wyoming. I was able to talk about, the only thing I didn't really talk about was I didn't get to talk through my time at the Vineyard doing worship music. I didn't get to talk through some of the later things that happened. But I was really able to kind of show how it is that the Lord's been moving. And what was really cool is there's not very many people I've been able to share my experience with how I was filled with the Holy Spirit when I was 14. And being able to go through what that felt like, speaking in tongues for the first and only time, and then how it happened for my brother right next to me after I prayed for him too. Oh my gosh, that was really intense. And he was just glued. He's like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Whoa, yeah, that's so good. And he was just all for it. So to have someone that's super passionate about that stuff too, and that could celebrate those wins along the way, oh man, I think that's going to be really good. So then he was able to share his story with me. And he's from Massachusetts, from the other coast. We don't talk about that one. But he went to college originally to be an architect. But he was raised in a Christian family. His dad's Brazilian and speaks Portuguese and led a Portuguese church. But Matt himself doesn't actually speak Portuguese. He knew bits and pieces and can kind of understand what was being said, but more on a surface level. So when you're trying to learn about justification and sanctification and imputing his righteousness to you, like those are things that are difficult to understand in their first language, let alone a language you kind of sort of speak. So yeah, he didn't have a good foundation, and when he graduated, he completely left. Just, in his words, sowed his wild oats, and then God made it abundantly clear to him that that was not the path. And so he came to Christ and admitted that everything he was doing was wrong. He came back to him, and changed his major to go for theology instead, and for pastoring. did I just start speaking Portuguese and not know it? Oh my gosh! Oh, lost opportunity there. Goodness gracious, Barley! I'm gonna have to tell him that one for sure. So he switched his major, and that's when he met his wife, Amanda, and they got married while they were in college. And so he was telling me his story, and he goes through this on some of his podcasts, I think, on XP Church. I've been listening to a few of them. But they had jobs lined up, both of them, for two different churches that were nearby that would have worked. But they were praying about it, and they felt like God was saying, don't take it. And so a friend of theirs said, hey, you should come to the church that we have out in Connecticut. Now, it sounds like it's another state, but understand, it's like an hour away. Hour and a half or something like that. So going to another state is like us driving to Denver. It's just not that far. So they went out to this little church that was out there, and they felt God saying, you need to be here, but there were no positions that were open. Well, God, I don't know what you're trying to get us to do here, but I'm listening. So they went back, and 3 days, they turned down those other two offers, just trusting what God was telling them. And then 3 days before their graduation, they got a call from the pastor at that church saying, hey, my administrator just came up to me and turned in his 2 weeks notice and said, God told me to quit. So here's my notice. Can one of you take it? So Amanda took the administrator position. They moved down there. Another person that was on the staff was Canadian and had to go back to Canada for a year to renew his visa the legal way. And so then they hired Matt on to be to work there. I don't actually know what his position was. I want to say it's associate pastor, but I'm not certain. And after a year goes by, the church had grown enough where they could actually afford to just create the new position. So they stayed there for several years. You know, it's funny what happens when you listen to God. He provides. Some people say the storm provides. I say God provides. When you lean on him because he's directing you to do things, he always takes care of you. So it was really cool. That was so fun to meet him. And I'm feeling really good about what the next steps are. So we're still looking at probably beginning May, maybe the middle of May of launching that server. I've got to jump through a few hoops to actually, sign up as a volunteer for the church. Kind of like what I did at Calvary Chapel when I joined the worship team there. I had to go through the child safety course and sign off on the volunteer paperwork. Got to keep it above board, all the things. And then go from there. So, yeah. That was my vacation, guys. My vacation was very full. And it was very awesome. And God was definitely in it the whole time. I was pretty blown away by how awesome things were. Did you know that Baal means the storm and so does Oregon? Ha! I didn't know. I didn't know Oregon means storm. I didn't know that about Baal either. Is that how you say it? Baal? Isn't there like an apostrophe in there or something like that? It's like Kapla in Klingon. Can you say that?
So you guys are just like...
Okay. So I wanted to show you guys some things, some stuff and things. So first up, I figured out how to add verses onto the display here. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Romans 10:9. So I can actually search it all the way up on here. And so I post it on here and I can switch between different verses. I can go to the next one and then I can fade it away. Yeah, so Romans 10:9, it puts it right on here. So if we're covering verses, I can actually put it on the screen here and in an official format instead of having to use Google Chrome on the side and sort of fumble through it. So it's really neat. Yeah, Romans 10:9, if you declare with your mouth, Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be nice. Okay, well, let's switch it over to the game mode. I've got something special I want to show you guys right in the beginning here. Let me move my sound and everything all over. Okay, so first up, this is the server, the main lobby area for what we're planning to do for XP Church. So when people first spawn in, they'll get in here and they're going to be in adventure mode where they can interact with things, but they can't actually break any blocks. And this here is a portal to get to the main overworld. So the cool thing about using Java that allows Bedrock in there is you can create extra dimensions within Minecraft. So the normal Minecraft you've got the overworld, the nether, and then you've got the end. Well, with this, you can actually have a lot more. So this lobby here is its own separate overworld dimension from the main overworld. So I've got creative mode here so we can build all the things. I built this platform out all the way. Rhino has been, and Simcha worked on the wall and getting all the decorations on here. So that way when we go to launch, people will all be, we'll be able to have it on here and someone can kind of be on top talking about, all right, guys, welcome to the server. It's going to be a great time. We're getting ready to launch in. All right, so remember, it's survival, and it's going to be on hard mode, so make sure you guys gear up. We're going to have a good time. There's going to be task lists, all the things. Woo, get hyped, guys. Let's go. And then we jump in. So then you jump in through the portal, and it teleports you to the main. So this is not necessarily exactly what that world's going to be, but yeah. How do I get back again? MVTP one. So yeah, we spent several hours on this together. I think honestly, Ryan and Simcha have spent a lot more time than me. I set up these paths and got them all ready to go. I set the actual shape of the sphere. I got these spots all ready to go for like where people can kind of sit. One of the plugins we have on here is that. Okay, listen, I'm not a creative player, so have some patience with me, okay? So you can actually sit on it. One of the little plugins. It's pseudo vanilla, so it works. But yeah. What we've been working on, this is the beginnings. The beginnings, guys, the beginnings. So we're starting to get some hype on the actual XP Church Discord server. We've got probably 10 people, 15 people interested in joining on there. So yeah, we're making progress. But today, on the elements, we want to finish the kelp farm. So last time, we got that all the way built up and created the automated braking system so it'll actually harvest all the kelp automatically without having to use like a daylight sensor. And everything's underwater. There's no actual redstone dust exposed anywhere. I thought it was really cool what we were able to accomplish there. And now we wait for the loading screen because Realms loads far slower than regular servers, which is why we're doing a server. As well, there was a new release for Minecraft. They had the tiny drop. So they reworked all of the baby mobs and made them a lot cuter, I guess you could say. Including baby zombies and baby villagers and all of them. So things are going to look a little bit different. And it also changes some farms. So like the lava chicken farm doesn't quite work the same anymore because the chicken the baby chicken is a lot smaller. So now it's just chicken, chicken. No lava here because it just doesn't work. Okay. How are those music levels, Barley? Are they good, or what are your thoughts? All right. Close that out. Yep. Slowly making progress on this, guys. We're getting there. We will finish this omega. We will finish this alpha sign. It's not the omega. It's the alpha. It's the beginning. This is really cool. I really enjoy that we have this. This is so neat. All right, so one of the things we need to think about doing is... Oh, look. A chicken. The music levels are awesome. Good. Good, good. So one of the things we need to think about is how to break this down and make the path to go over there. And what that would look like. How it's going to veer and go. But we also need to talk about the collection system. How are we going to get all the kelp into one spot? There's so many options. In the words of Jamie, unlimited possibilities. So I started kind of trying to think things through a little bit. I added some light sources on here to really emphasize the W look. Because, you know, winning. But I started trying to think through what would that look like. So what I'm seeing is a couple of different things. Number one, these grow a lot, like a lot. And then this one does not sometimes. But I'm noticing that each slice gives about 2 stacks of the kelp there. So we need to make sure we have enough where it can absorb all that. Have fun with it. But I'm thinking what we can do is either cap it off here, or I can go up a lot higher and cap it off higher. I really wanted to keep this underwater because I want this to really be a thing where the stripe just goes. Thank you, Lord. Appreciate that. It's perfect timing. Thank you for that. Did you see that? That was so good. That was so good. One of the things I was also considering doing was putting the lanterns in here a little bit more, like behind this layer here. So it's just a little bit more lit up. But honestly, I don't really think it's necessary. It just kind of depends on what's actually going to spawn in there. Vinny! Welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing? Hopefully life is treating you well. How is the van situation, good sir? All right. So how are we going to do this? So, I think... Hey, guy. We'll need to get a platform and ready in place so we can get the water ready to go. So we're going to kind of treat it how we did the water over here. Where we had to have the platforms underneath, have the water cascading down, and then remove that and replace the water sources. Ice! That's the way to do it. Ice! What was the question? There was talking here. How is life? How is the van situation? How is spring break for you, good sir? Coffee Lady, welcome to the stream. I know you're working, so you're not going to be able to be talking too much, but I appreciate you being here. Do I have a bunch of ice in here? I do! It's like I was prepared, guys. I was prepared. I don't think that's enough ice, but it'll work for now. See all the kelp that I've collected? Oh, yes. We're making that progress, slowly but surely. Surely and slowly. So one of the things that I found on XP Church is that they started this podcast last year, right after Matt and Amanda moved out to Oregon. And it's called Level Up. And so they're really leaning into the whole gamer approach on everything. All the analogies that are gamer related Yeah, they call it XP Church because, you know, you need XP to level up. Let me see. Where are we going to put this? We're going to put the ice here. So I was watching the story about a couple of the other pastors they have on there. Pastor AJ. Whoop, no, that's not the place I'm putting it. I'm putting it here.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my...
I need to tear that down because I put it in the wrong spot. Okay, it's all right. Okay. Sweet. Pick up the ice. We're good. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Vinny says, spring break is just starting and still working toward a van. See, spring break for me was a week and a half ago for me and my family. We're going to seal it off, guys. We're going to do it. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Some of these jokes, man, they just never get old. Oh, look at that one. This one's actually growing up real fast. Look at that. So I was watching the story about Influence is his name. His name is actually Tony, which happens to be my uncle and my grandpa's name on my mom's side when they were around. But he has cerebral palsy. Sound familiar, Vinny? And so he was talking about his life and how he's gone through like over a dozen surgeries and how it is that God chose to use him anyway and made pathways for him, but how he also was on an extreme depressive tailspin and was mad at God because his dad died of cancer when he was 10. And oh, this ice isn't going to work. It's going to melt. It's it's melting! It's melting! Oh, what a world! What a world! Oh, I did not think about that. It's too close to the surface. We got to go get packed ice, guys. We got to do the other ice. Okay, so he talked about how it is that he has a twin brother and how his brother is perfectly normal and has zero issues, no cerebral palsy at all, and it was because he was born at 27 weeks. With his twin brother. But he had oxygen deprivation to his brain, so it severely affects his legs and his left arm, where he can't really make his left arm straighter than this. So it's always just kind of either to here kind of thing. And then he always walked pigeon toed. So he had both his femurs replaced with rods of steel or whatever, I don't know, whatever it was, aluminum something, so that way he could actually walk. And numerous surgeries to reset his feet. Oh, Vinny. Dad's in the hospital, had a stroke, and liver, and stomach inflammation from alcohol use. Oh, man, that sucks. I'm so sorry, man. Is he saved? It's not someone that I really was able to get to know when I was a kid, Vinny. We need to go put our ice back and go get packed ice. Are you all right, man? Do you want us to pray for you? Yep. We lost a lot of ice already, somehow. Somehow Palpatine returned. Somehow we lost a lot of ice. Vinny says, I'm okay, doing a lot of praying. He can detox and recover fully from his stroke. Well, that's good. Areas are not lighting up nearly as much as what they used to. It seems really dark. Huh. Might have to mess with that a little later. We shall see. Let's get the icebox out. Woo! I hit a fence post. It's not good. Anyway, so that Tony guy, he was talking about how it is that he was just super mad at God about everything. You know, how can you put me down this path? And what did I do to deserve all this? You know, it's all the questions that a lot of people ask. And it was nice to see him being fully honest with how he felt at the time. 'Cause a lot of people really try to sugarcoat that, and sometimes life just sucks. But then he talked about how it is that his mom got into drugs after her husband died, and when he was 12, was dropped off at his aunt's place, and his mom just never came back. Like, what? Holy crap, man! That is rough. I'm doing it in the wrong spot again, guys. There we go. So it was really cool to see how it is that he turned his life to Christ anyway, because he watched a sermon from a pastor who said he had cerebral palsy and his struggles with it all his life. The name of the sermon was, I think it was something along the lines of, "I've got cerebral palsy. What's your excuse?" Oh, well, when you put it that way. Could it be because his mom died? Maybe the situation was his wake-up call. Could it be because his mom died? Pray when he has detoxed, he puts his complete trust in God instead of these evil crutches the world has to offer. Not sure about his standing with Jesus. Oh, that's scary, man. Oh. Coffee Lady's in the same spot with her parents, too. Where they're okay with the belief, but they don't necessarily believe themselves. And my father-in-law is actively opposed to religion because of his experiences growing up in Catholicism. And it's understandable. The Catholic religion has a lot of things that they do wrong. And yeah. All right, how are we going to do this? So we need to create around the perimeter, a barrier create. Okay. How are we going to do this? Got to think this through. Matt, welcome to the stream, dude. Listen, Linda, because he died, I live. Thank you, Jesus. Hello, Pete, and everyone. Well, hello, good sir. How are you? Just finished talking about how vacation went and how I was able to meet with the pastor from XP Church. Oh, yeah. Good times. I don't know if I have enough to really do this. Wow, this actually grew all the way to the top. Look at that. Okay. Let's finish filling this in. We're going to have to kind of go fast on this. The longer we wait, the more lag this is going to cause, because every time it breaks everything, they'll just sit there and they'll just sit there. Oh man, that's really rough to hear about that, Vinny. I'll definitely be including him in my prayers for his salvation, because that's truly what matters most. Come on now, there it is. This is really bringing back memories of the Guardian farm. All the kelp. No, not the kelp. There we go.
A better help ad.
Whoop, a better help ad. No. Okay. All right. There we go. We got it capped off now. We can collect all the things and go clean up a little bit. So what are you guys' plans for Resurrection Day? My plans are for tomorrow. My mom's going to be making manicotti, which is so good. Oh my gosh. I'm really looking forward to that. It's one of my favorite meals. I make it every now and then when I go out to Oregon too, and everyone's just like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Because we make manicotti with meat. We don't just do the vegetarian version. You know, I suppose I could just use ice for everything on this. I mean, why not, right? Build up everything on that. Manicotti! Yeah. I'll need to take out this layer here for sure. First artisan. What do I see there? It's looking like if I get the van, I'm looking at it'll be $495 a month for 66 months at 12% with 14K down. Yep. It doesn't qualify for gap insurance that way. Yeah. So if you guys want to listen to a good podcast that's Christian related, the XP Church podcast. So far, I've listened to 5 of them. We listened to a couple of them on the way back from Oregon. Then I listened to a few on my own. They're pretty good. Yeah, gap insurance. Gap insurance is if your car depreciates too much, such that it is worth less than what you owe on your loan, that it covers the gap. Hence the name gap. Let's get to the... No flash here. No. Yeah, gap insurance is really good for brand new cars. Because, as soon as you drive them off the lot, they lose value because they're used instead of new at that point. Okay. We need to go put away the kelp that we have. Free up a little bit of space in there. Yep, manicotti. The tradition so far that we do for Resurrection Day is we watch The Passion to remind us of what Jesus went through when he died for our sins, and to understand how brutal it actually was, that it wasn't just some, he had a couple marks on him. No, he was completely brutalized. And that version of that story does the best version that I know of that really shows how bad it was without, being gore. But really, my understanding is that it was very much so gore. All right. If we were to have gap insurance, I would have to put only $5,000 down, and it would be $860 a month for 5.5 years. At 19%. Oh, that number, that 19% hurts. Ugh. Yep, we watch The Passion together. Yep. And then whenever we're eating too, we usually talk about like what's going on in our lives when it comes to Christ. It's really nice. I love doing the big holidays with my family. And a lot of people don't. They're like, oh no, we only just fight and argue and blah, blah, blah. Well, I actually get along with my family. What do you know? And agree with everything. So it's nice whenever we actually are able to get together, because it's truly a communion. Yeah, that's right, Barley. Yeah, it's truly a communion at that point. It's nice. Trying to loop in Jeef's girlfriend, Miss Ellie. See if she's going to be able to make it. I think she will. Jeef's going to be able to make it back to town. He's actually performing for worship night at Calvary Chapel right now, which is why he's not streaming with me. I invited him, and he declined. But he'll be with us tomorrow, and then he's going to go off to Calvary Chapel and perform for their Saturday night service for Resurrection Day, and then he's going to go back on Sunday morning and perform for the actual Resurrection Day service. And you might be asking, why am I calling it Resurrection Day instead of just Easter? There's a couple reasons for that. Number one, it really shouldn't be called Easter. Because it's in reference to a fertility goddess back in the day, specifically the one that the Jews kept worshiping over and over and over again in Kings and Chronicles and Joshua and Judges, Ashtoreth. And it really celebrates the whole that thing that bunnies, and they multiply like bunnies, and it just really kind of goes along that route. It's kind of really what the Catholics brought in, which I really disagree with. And it doesn't really say what happened. Christmas, it's the Mass for Christ, and at least it makes sense with what we're saying on there. We celebrate Jesus' birth on that day. All the other holidays, we name it what we actually are celebrating. We've got New Year's. We celebrate on New Year's. We have Thanksgiving that we celebrate on Thanksgiving Day. What are we thankful for, kind of a thing. And Halloween, I celebrate Harvest Day because we're celebrating the harvest. We don't celebrate those types of things. So, do I think that calling it the name is the actual problem? No. I think it's what's behind it that it represents. And I think there's a lot of people that would actually get in the way of their salvation. So, I choose to call it Resurrection Day. Because it's actually what I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating Jesus' resurrection. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Praying that all the way. Yeah. I was actually... So, what if it's... Let's bring... Okay, look. Listen, Linda. One of the things that we do every stream is we talk about what has God been showing you this week? What has God been showing you? So on my vacation and over the last week afterwards, I've continued on the journey of reading all of Chronicles and Kings, and reading the story of Ahab, reading the story of Hezekiah, all the different things, and how back and forth everything is. Like even how King Ahab was a guy that sinned more than every other king in the northern kingdoms of Israel. There it is. Yet even he had a moment of repentance where God said to one of the prophets, do you see how he's repenting of his ways right now? I'm not going to completely destroy Israel today as a result of it. It's really interesting to see how much God's grace was evident back then, 1,500 years before Jesus actually came and died for all of us, to make that abundantly apparent that that's what his intent was. It's really interesting. Barley says we are not to take part in the table of demons and then the table of Jesus too, is what scripture tells us. Yep, you are to abstain from food sacrificed to idols. This is one of the very few things that the apostles actually told the people, you will do well to stay away from this. All right, let's see let us see what the young offspring can do on his own. Ooh, look at that. How did I miss a spot? That works out, though. Oh, I almost had that. Come on now. Yeah, and Manasseh. Dude, I just finished the story of Manasseh last night. Okay, look, listen, Linda. It's not... Okay, here we go. I just finished that story of Manasseh last night, and how he was as bad as Ahab when it came to getting the people to sin. Like how Ahab was for the northern kingdoms, Manasseh was for Judah. And after he was carried off to was it Babylon or was it Assyria? I think it was Assyria. He turned his face towards God and repented and admitted that he was wrong with what he was doing, and God took pity on him, brought him back to Judah, and then Manasseh actually did the right thing and took down all the altars and everything that he had built up to every single other god. Well, not all of them, but he started taking them down, and then he died. It's something that I was actually learning, that the Jews didn't actually have the law the whole time, because they kept having these times where they would turn away from him, so people would literally hide it, so that way they didn't have to feel bad, I think, is what it boils down to. And so after King Manasseh died, his son Josiah, who was only 8, was made king. And after 16 years, so when he was, what is that? What's 16 plus 8, guys? Hello, 22. Then the priest at the time, Hilkiah, I don't know how to say it, he found the book of the law in the temple and then read it to Josiah. And after he read it to Josiah, now Josiah was actually like a good king, in air quotes. And he had started taking down the high places, made sure that the sacrifice was reinstituted, and then also, much like Hezekiah, collected money so that way they could actually fix the temple again. And so because it had fallen into another state of disrepair after Manasseh was king for 55 years. So I think it's water time here. Yes, it is. Hello. So he had actually started doing what was right and really turning people back towards worshiping God. And it was really cool to see that he was the one to start doing that. But he didn't know. He didn't know the story of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, and Numbers. And so Hilkiah, I'm just going to go with that. I think that's how you say it. He found the book and, okay, look, I need to actually figure out what I'm doing here. What am I doing? Am I filtering it all to one spot in the middle? Yes, I am, because I am able to do that. Sweet. Okay, got it. Figured it out. So Hilkiah read the 5 books, and after he finished reading it, Josiah tore his robes, freaking out that God's going to kill us all because we've been doing the wrong thing for so long, knowing what his dad was doing. And then knowing the history of the kings, because, they had chronicles and they were recording what was happening. So it seems like he was someone that would have read those things and known about it. All right, here we go. This is good. And so then he went to the temple and then prayed to God, Lord, what are we going to do? You're going to kill us all. And so then a prophet came to him and said, look, because you're right. I am pissed. I am completely angry at Judah for everything that they've done, for all the idols that they've worshipped and all those bad things. But because you've turned your face to me, it will not happen during your lifetime. I won't destroy Judah during your time. So then Josiah, he did what no other king did. More so than what Hezekiah did. Hezekiah did all the things for Judah, but what Hezekiah did for Judah, Josiah also did for Israel, because that was when Israel had already been carted off to Assyria and dispersed. So really, really intense stuff. Whoop. So he actually was the one to go to Israel and destroy the golden calves. Destroy all of the high places, and not just the ones in Judah, but all of the high places and all the altars, and he desecrated every single one of them, getting bones on them too, so to fulfill the words of a prophet that was spoken in Israel. And it was really intense. He was the one to destroy the 2 golden calves that Jeroboam had created that led Israel astray to begin with. Josiah was. King Josiah. What do you know? He was the one to do all of it. I just thought that was so cool. That he was the one that actually took the opportunity to do all these things. I think we need to sleep. Yep, so that's what I've been reading. I talked about last stream about Jehoshaphat and Ahab. I think it was last stream. Was it last stream? Barley, maybe you can set me straight on this. And how it is that Jehoshaphat was called out for allying himself with one who hated God. Because at the time, Ahab had not turned or repented of anything. It was just doing his thing. Yeah. Yep, got it. Sweet, good. So it's just interesting seeing how back and forth everything is all the time. Can't listen to that one. We don't have it yet. Okay. Maybe I can pull a cake here and fluff out. Oh, nope. Yeah, got it. Okay. Got an assist. We're good. He rent his clothes and wore sackcloth and ashes. Yeah. Yeah, that was a really neat sunset, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Tell you what, man, the RTX makes it worth it. I love it. One of my biggest complaints about Minecraft and why I didn't want to play it was, you want to play a game like that? You see those graphics? They're all blocky. Like, come on. Haven't you seen 3D? This Mario 64 is better. Come on. And then I played it, and then I changed my mind. But still, like, getting RTX or vibrant visuals makes a tremendous difference. First arson. It was an outward symbol of how awesome he felt about all of it inside. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it, Barley. Yeah, well, I thought you were just laying down the sarcasm real thick, and I was picking up on it. It's all right. I was picking up what you were laying down, even though you didn't mean to. Yeah, it's really cool to see how much Jesus, God, was able to just give Judah a chance over and over and over and over again. It's really very encouraging, actually. Okay, look. Okay, so water needs to flow from this side. Got it! Okay. Then we can use the price hopper for this. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, we're going to be like God and make the water multiply right now, okay? This is my staff, and I'm striking the stone. Strike, strike, strike. No, don't strike it 3 times. Don't do that. Oh, Bible jokes. Gotta love it. Or you could be like the king that only struck 3 times on the ground instead of striking 5 or 6 times, right? Does this go all the way? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay. So now we need to figure out how we're going to make it cascade all the way down. Okay. What is I going to do? So we're almost there. We're to the point of where we could actually remove the ice on there and refill that. But it's going to come down over here. Ooh. Is this actually the right way to do it? Because now it's going to the glass. I mean, we could have the hoppers there. Yeah? Is that what we're going to do? Is that what we need to do? Do we just need to cover the redstone? Okay, look, listen, Linda. Do we just need to cover all these lanterns with ice, with glass? Then we can remove that layer of glass there, and that can be... That's going to be our hopper line!
Save on spring favorites at Whole
Thank you,
Foods
Ad.
Market.
Appreciate you. He wasn't supposed to strike it at all, but speak... No, okay, yeah, you're right. No, I was talking about the second reference to striking things that was in Kings, and I think it was, I want to say it was to Jehu? Maybe? When it was talking about defeating the Assyrians after going to God, and I think they had gone to Elisha. And so he said, strike the ground. And so he struck the ground 3 times and then stopped and looked at him. And he got mad at him, saying, if you had struck the ground 5 or 6 times, then you would have totally destroyed them. But because you only destroyed it 3 times, you're only going to have 3 victories. Yeah. So 2 different times of striking, for sure. And then a 3rd time where it happened and he wasn't supposed to. Yeah, you're referring to the Moses one where the first time he struck the rock and he was supposed to, and then the second time he struck the rock and he was not supposed to. Okay. Yep, I think that's what we're going to do. So if we put the glass on there, it shouldn't actually diminish the light. But actually having a green hue on that, I think, will help out in the end. Yeah, we can get this all the way over. Yeah. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so then this line here is going to need to be the hoppers. Or the ice path? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, so let's remove this. Does the water actually go all the way in there? If it does, that works. I'm just kind of curious. Okay, look. Listen, Linda. I really want to be able to swim. It's not letting me swim. Okay, I'm in. We're good. Okay. That water comes all the way here. That'll actually make it flow a little bit faster, which is good. I like that. Me gusta. Oh, I broke something I'm not supposed to. At least not yet. Let's cap it off. Yes. Like that. Uh-huh. There we go. Good. We got the glass that's there, so now we can replace this with... Yeah, it's just going to have to be hoppers. We're just going to make it simple. That's what we're going to do. What I meant by we have communion together, Maestro, is that we drink grape juice and unleavened bread together. Oh, yeah, you meant actually in like the literal sense. We do that too, yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to hide that. All right, we're going to go drain our sponges real quick. All the cats still in here. Yep. I'm sorry, base. I'm sorry. There we go. Well, thank you for catching that, Barley. Was that with the arrows Jehu did? Jehu? I always called it Jehu. Yeah, okay. I was right. Okay, it was Jehu. I remembered, guys. Woohoo! What's that God brings to remembrance when you need it? But not necessarily the courage. Okay. So get ready way out. How many hoppers we have? We got a stack. We're good. And let's put away our sponges for now. Got it. Names are hard. Yes. Yes. Names are hard. Yes. Which way? Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? There we go. And let's hopper on in. Well, oh, nope, that didn't work. Nope, that didn't work. That worked. Got it. We're good. Oh, the sun's starting to set. You can kind of like see all the happenings that are here. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. We're getting there. All right. Now we need to determine where we're going to have the hoppers go. Which way should the hoppers go? It's really dark. It's really dark. We're gonna sleep. As much as I want to see the sunrise and go through that, we're gonna sleep. Hydrate time. That was the lid. It just fell. Nothing like well water. Coming back from Oregon, tasting all the chlorine, and I get back to my well water, high in calcium. Okay. So, which way did you go, George? We're going to go this way. So, am I going to funnel it down to a single hopper? Or do I want it to go down on 2 different lines to make sure that it can handle it? Vinny, yay, I remember Jehu! That's right. So we can get things ready, and then we can get going on the path to figure out like what level we're going to put it at. Guess who's back? Back again. She is back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Me. I just finished doing chores, but about to leave again. I got home 3 or 2 hours ago from school. How you doing, love cats? It's good to see you again. I'm finding it out that I need to kill all the squid all the time. And all the time I need to kill the squid. Whoop. Hey, guy. Leave him alone. Okay. Got him. And Vixie is here, too. Hello. Hello. Okay. Really trying to think this through, guys, because I don't want to make things, you know, dumb. I could work it into the middle, potentially. Do I? No, I've got observers all the way through. I can't do it. I can't. So maybe I can just bring it down here and bring this out a little more so it's not quite so flat. Because right now, it's a very flat build. Do you see how it's flat? It's flat. Okay. You just got done with slavery? Okay, whatever you say. All right, so let's go ahead and build this up. So here's the clue on how to do this. How do you look down into this and right-click on it? Because when you right-click, it looks into that. Hold jump and shift at the same time, and it holds you in position. So you letting go of shift, still holding jump, and then shift. That is how. Yep. Whoop, that's not the right way. We need to put some blocks down. Ice! There we go. Close, but no cigar. No cigar. It was Jehoash with Elisha. Well, it's like Jehu, but it's different, okay? Okay? All right, let's get in here. Okay, look, listen, Linda. It's not letting me. Listen, Linda. I want. It's not letting me through, Linda. It's fine. We can block it off. And then we need to break this. Yes. And then we can do what's right. Oh, look at that. Threading the needle right there. Did you see that, guys? Did you see it? Okay. Oh, did I not actually take out the next layer on the bottom? I didn't! And that is why you fail. There we go. Good. And we zoom in. Haha! Huzzah! Sweet. Okay, then we can get the hoppers going. Whoop, whoop. Oppa Gangnam Style. Don't do that. Am I actually getting all of them? Hard to tell, guys. Yes, I am. Yes. Yes. Okay, look. I think I just need to do this from the outside. Yep. Yep, that's going to be the way to go. And we're going to test this before we actually, like, release the Kraken all the way. Okay? So look. Listen, Linda. There should be one hopper in there at the very bottom. And we're going to put one in here. And it should go all the way down to the bottom of the line. Give me 2. Show me 2! What's behind door number 2? Yes! There were 3. There were 3 in there. Okay, we're going to test it one more time. It's called Trust But Verify. Oh, look at that. This is going to work, guys. It's going to be good. Come on now. Come on. Hopper speed. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! We got it. We got it. Okay. Whoop, that's not the right one. Hey guys, I just put it in the wrong spot. Not good. There we go. Come on, hoppers. Give me the hoppers. Good job. Thank you. Oh, did you quote that part? Okay, so you're actually doing the line from Kings there. That's cool. Das ist so cool, ja. Okay, so you said reading through all of it. So this is in 1 Kings. Where is the verse and chapter? 2 Kings, chapter 13. Starting in verse 14. Now Elisha had been suffering from the illness from which he died. Jehoash, king of Israel, went down to see him and wept over him. My father, he cried. The chariots and the horsemen of Israel. This is the same line that was used for Elijah when he was taken and he was raptured. Elisha said the exact same thing when he was taken. Interesting. Elisha said, get a bow and some arrows. And he did so. And he said, get down. Shut up. And we got down and we shut up. Take the bow in your hands, he said to King of Israel. When he had taken it, Elisha put his hands on the king's hands. Open the east window, he said, and shoot. And he shot. The Lord's arrow of victory, the arrow of victory over Aram. You will completely destroy the Arameans at Aphek. Now take the arrows, and the king took them, and Elisha told him, strike the ground, and he struck it 3 times and then stopped. The man of God was angry with him and said, you should have struck the ground 5 or 6 times. Then you would have defeated Aram and completely destroyed it, but now you only defeat it 3 times. That was 2 Kings. Chapter 13, capítulo 13. That is right. Thank you for putting that in there, Barley. Appreciate you. Okay, we gotta cap it off here, okay? We gotta cap things off. Cap it off. And then, like, nope, that's not. Why did I do that? I don't know. These fish are getting in the way. I don't want to be a fisherman right now, okay? There we go. Got it. And then we get out of here. And then we get out. And then we get out. There it is. Thank you. Okay, so we're going that way. I just fell in. I'm really good at falling in, guys. How does that fall? How did I fall in there? That doesn't make any sense. How did I fall in?
At Whole Foods Market, save 30%.
Okay. They said trust but verify in the Navy. Well, they must have taken the page out of Ronald Reagan's book. Yep. You cleaned the fridge and now it's squeaky clean. I'm talking squeaky clean. That's right. All right. I need to get all the way down so I can get that one in the corner. Yes. Like so. Oh, look at that. Do you see that? Did you see the lightning? Okay, it wasn't lightning. I know. But I wanted to act like it was lightning, all right? I keep getting the fish, and I'm really trying not to get the fish. There we go. Got it. Okay. And we still can't see. And the ads are still going. Yes! All right, so there's one extra there. Okay, now we need to place the rest down. Duh. That's Russian for hello. Okay, no, it's not. All right, and we test it. We'll put 3 in there. Yes. Yes, and the music comes back. Gotta get the thrice hopper back. Boom. We got them all. Ladies and gentlemen, we tested again. All the way in the corner because we have to make sure it can get all the way from the corner. Victory! Yes! Das ist so gut, ja. Ja. Alright, so then we can remove the other things. They are unnecessary, unneeded. And what else can we remove? We don't need this one. That one can go. We don't need this one. It's the cleanup, guys, okay? It's the cleanup. Yes. Yes. Okay, so do I need this top layer? I don't think I do. Das ist so gut, ja. Oh. 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 That's what we like to call a problem. Okay, it's no longer a problem. Okay, do we have anything else in here that's gotten in there that we need to remove? No. Yes. Okay. That's right, you got the quote. Okay, so now we're to the point where we need to remove the flooring. What was squeaky clean from? Yeah, Nutty Professor. Not sure that we should repeat the whole quote. It's a little risque. It's okay. Okay, so in order to replace that, we would either need to raise the kelp all the way up or just go use regular ice. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So we'll put away our ice that we have currently. That hurt. Because we shall not need any more. No. And I think we're done with the sponges for now. We might need that later on, depending on how successful we are today. Put away our hoppers for now as well. It's amazing how much iron you need to do these things, huh? Yeah, risque, yeah. You figured out how to put an accent on there. That's cool. Awesome. Not a lot of people figured that out. Okay. Okay, we need to go get our regular ice. We can go ahead and put stuff in the sorting system while we are at it. I don't think I have a sorter for cod, actually. Ice is over there. Hello. Where's the ice? Hello. Is that going to be enough? I'm going to take 2 more stacks. Because I've got a feeling. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it to it, okay? Okay, so we're going to replace this. Oh, look at that. You see that? You see it already floated up? It's melting all automatically, all on its own. So the great thing about this is that it'll automatically collect all of the ice that we're breaking too, so I actually don't need to try to go pick it up. That's kind of neat, huh? Huh? Whoop. There we go. Almost there. Once we finish transitioning all of it, I can once I finish transitioning all of it, I can take the fortune pickaxe and then break it all, and it'll all instantly convert into water. Yep. Almost there. Did it just automatically grow up through it? Well, that's fascinating. I mean, I know it's not going to work for everything because the kelp isn't growing everywhere, but still, that was... Kelp grows in running water. What do you know? All right. And we get Diggy squared. And now we should see everything rise. Look at that. It rises. It rises and falls.
Get everyday internet at an everyday price.
That's an ad. Hello. It seems like it's not quite getting there, guys. Do you see that? That's fascinating. Like, why isn't it making it over that lip? Do I need to do, like... Some of those are not getting the water all the way. Which should be fine, but... It's not, I guess? Huh. can I make this work? If I extend this all the way back over and underneath this, then it should go all the way. No? Well, we need to collect all the things before they despawn. So, why are there 2 gaps? That is the question. So, if I do this. Okay. Okay, that's not. 'Tis not what I wanted. That is what I wanted. That's good. Okay. Music is back. So that's it. Is that I just need to place a block there, do water on top of it, and remove the water. Except for the gap that's there. Come on now. Okay, look, listen, Linda. Why is it not... So they go like that? Yes. Yes, got it. Okay, figured it out. Put the water on top of it, and then it usually figures it out. This is mighty fascinating. Hey, look, it's working, sort of. Some of it's working, some of it's not. This is really fascinating. Jehu was the one who took down Jezebel and the Baal priests. Right. Okay. All right, so let's place the water. Remove the water. Place the water above it. Remove the water. And then break it. Yeah? If this isn't going to work right, then we need to rethink this, but we'll see. So if I break this, it should just go up, right? It goes up and down. Is it going to rise up all the way? It's just not getting over the lip. Why is it doing that, guys? Pourquoi? Pourquoi? I got 2 empty spaces there again. It's like I need to raise the whole thing up and have the water level be here, so it pushes it over and then drops down into it. I don't like it. I don't like it. We are really close. We are really close on this. Okay. I think we're going to go Google mode on this. How much water needs to flow over a hopper in water to deposit items? Water flows for 7 blocks before needing to be refreshed. I know that, but I didn't actually look to see how wide it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 1 block too wide, guys. What? Okay. There's a way to do this. Let's think about this. Okay. So if we were to raise it by 1, we'd have to replace the entire floor. We'd have to raise it all up. We need to raise the glass on the outsides by 1, which means we would cover this with 1 probably. It also means that this center part here is going to need to be raise the level as well, potentially. But I mean, we're looking at this shine through the glass, and there's no difference on the 4 blocks versus the 2 blocks. I think that'll be fine. Dag nabbit! Okay, that's fine. That's fine, guys. We can figure it out. We're good. I still have glass on me. Okay, so we'll just need to raise up everything by 1. That's disappointing. I thought I had that down. But because it's at the very end of its extension limit, it just isn't going to work. Yep, let's just go ahead and cover this for now right now too. We're basically encasing this whole thing in green glass. Do I want to cover that? I don't. Not that one. There we go. Okay, feeling a little better about it. It's raining now. That's good. Means we can fly around everywhere, which is awesome. Okay, we're going to try to get this figured out real quick, and then we'll do Mikey time. Because we are getting close. It's like 7:28, 7:29-ish thing. Okay. So if we were to do this... So we can leave the hoppers exactly where they are. We don't need to change that. Right, we just need to get rid of all of these here. Raise it up by 1. Come on now. Place the block! Place it! Thank you. It returns to normal-ish. Packed ice. Yep, we need to replace that down in order to make this happen too, I think. Methinks, yeah. All right. So, in order to make this a barrier that falls, then we need to have signs here as well. Well, that's fascinating. So the ones that rise fast enough and drop actually go up high enough to get in. Interesting. My inner engineer is going, woo, we're figuring stuff out. I love the problem-solving phase. It's so cool. Like, so this is the reason why I like Redstone. I like being able to understand how things work and then manipulate it to how I need it to work. Okay. So, how are we going to do this? So that almost raises it enough, but not quite. Okay. And now we place down the ice. We need to go get some signs too. We're gonna need that. You know, I wonder if this is going to become a passive squid farm. It might. Because everything can spawn in here. Kind of like the Guardian farm, you know? How we get the squid and the salmon and the cod. No, we'd have to have a way to, like, kill it. And there's no place where it's going to, like, suffocate. Maybe that's something we need to look at.
Introducing Virtuo Up, the latest in a long line of innovation from Nespresso. It's innovation.
Okay. And now we need signs. We need the sign. Because I saw the sign. I opened up my eyes, I saw the sign. What are you selling? Anything good? Nope, okay. Putting the stuff away. Good. Yeah? So that water is flowing, which is good. Almost there. Come on now. Okay. So not everything is perfect there. But it's kind of working now. Some have been getting stuck on the hoppers. That's fascinating. So we need to have... Oh, right. Okay. This is why it's not working right. These need to be source blocks. And they are not, and I'm out of ice. Go team. Go Team Venture. Let the ice flow through you. Okay. There it is. Okay. I keep doing things out of orders, guys. It's not good. It's all right. We're making the progress, though. We're getting there slowly but surely, and I'm out of glass now. Okay, so we need more green dye. I have glass with me, for the Lord is with me. Yeah, let's just do that. And then I got the glass here. 2 stacks. Yes. There it is. Hey, that kinetic damage really hurt. Yeah. So I'm finding it out that if you run headlong into an immovable force, it tends to hurt. There we go. Okay, so almost. Now we can get the packed ice underneath to re-expand this out. Yeah? Okay, so that's doing exactly what I want. And then we can have the signs down here on the bottom, and it'll be amazing. Okay. Okay, yep. See how it's stopping that flow of water? Perfect. So it sounds like I just need to use regular ice. I think I'm needing to get more. And we are running time on Mikey time. So we're going to go heal our stuff. We're going to get ready for Mikey. All right. Do the heals. No heals. Nothing in there. There's nothing in there. Okay. That's fine. We can just wait. We can just wait. It's good. Don't worry about it. It's fine. All right, let's switch scenes, and we shall be ready for the micers. That's right. The cake is bringing me a Mountain Dew and bringing me the dog. If you guys could do so, Mr. Cake could use all the prayer right now. He's going through a real rough time in his life and is being tempted in many, many different ways. So if you guys would pray for him, that God would speak to him and pull on his heart to follow him above all the things, to teach him to use his head first instead of his feelings, so that he's not continually led astray. He needs it. All right. There he is. There he is. But where is the dog? Oh, where is the dog? The dog is here. Let me do a little scoot. I gotta make room for the dog. If I'm gonna pet the dog, we have to have room for the dog. Can you grab me that lid down there? Mikey, come on. Come on, bud. Come on up. Come on up, Mikey. There he is. There he is, guys. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Being all golden. Like he's a golden retriever. I like gold. All right. There he is, staring off at Cake, wishing he was petting him too. You see that longing look? So good. How you doing, Mikey? How you doing, man? Get all of "you're a good boy" in the chat. That's right, because Mikey is an awesome dog. He is the best. I love him. Oh, he's all like trying to talk to me now. He's like doing this weird grunt thing that he does. Hi, buddy. Yep. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come over here. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this puppy. He's not a puppy anymore, though. So you see these little tiny white marks on his mouth there? That's because he had a little too much fun with the fence at my parents' place. So he did not come with us out to Oregon. I know. Sad. And he was jumping on the fence, barking at the other dogs, and then a part of the fence caught his mouth and ripped it open. I know it sounds extreme, but it was just a little gash. But still, he's got little tiny white marks on his mouth now. Yep, it builds character. It's fine. Oh, Bass is gonna start singing the song, and he's always a puppy to me. He's almost 2. A couple more weeks. That's right. That's right. April 15th, right, is his birthday. if I remember right. And I do. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yes, he is. If you guys haven't done so yet, please make sure you like the stream. And then subscribe to Dark Maestro. Subscribe, join the Army of Light. What that does is it tells the YouTube algorithm that it's worth it, that it should send it out to others, to bring other people on, and to augment what Coffee Lady is doing as well with all the shorts she's been releasing. Dude, we're up to 168 subscribers now. Coffee Lady's awesome. She's rocking and rolling on it. Yeah. So then the last thing you need to do is make sure you ding that bell. Ding! Ding that bell. It'll even make the sound for you. And what that'll do is it'll make it so that all the notifications will come to you for when I go live, or I make a post, or I post a video or a short or something along those lines. Oh yeah. You want those notifications. So that way it doesn't tell you that I'm going live 12 hours after I already went live and I'm done. Because that's what it does. That's what it does. Yep. He's been doing pretty good. This guy, I missed him. I wish I could take him out to Oregon. And maybe one of these times we'll just like get a hotel room or something like that and take him out there. I don't know. I miss my dog though. I wish he was there. And I know if my in-laws saw him, they'd just be like, oh, he's so cute. Because he is. And he's so soft and gentle and kind and is awesome and barks at the door whenever somebody knocks on the door. He's a great doorbell. You just hear a little, and he'll go, you see that? He's like, he's extra sensitive to it. I love it. Perfect. You're a good boy. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, buddy. All right. So, just like my dog is an excellent source of joy to me, I'm going to go through it, guys. Yes, I'm going to do it right now. It's happening. He is a source of joy for me. He is a beacon, that's for sure. A little mini beacon, shall we say. And he brings joy to everyone's lives that are around him. Brings joy to my life, to my kids' life, to my wife's life, my family. Everyone that comes into contact with him, just like, oh, he's such a kind dog. Oh, he's so gentle. Oh, he's such a good dog. Yep, I was blessed with a good dog. Yes, I was. So what also you get to be blessed with is a Savior who cares for you. That's right. He cares for you because today is Good Friday. And what happens on Good Friday? We celebrate the fact that Jesus Christ died and then resurrected 3 days later on Resurrection Day. That is what we celebrate on Good Friday. Today's the step that was necessary. So without Christ's sacrifice, without him dying to take the punishment for all of our sins, we would not be saved. There is no pathway without that. And then the second part of it, which we celebrate on Resurrection Day, is the fact that he came back to life. That's right. He has the power over death and life. He has the power to lay his life down and the power to raise it up, and therefore he has the power to raise us up too. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And we're going to go ahead and crack into some Mountain Dew here. So if you guys have your drink of choice that is non-alcoholic, let's do this together. Mountain Dew! I've been courting you forever, and you need to join the club, okay? You got to get on board. It's about time. We've been doing this for almost 2 years now. You kind of fall behind the wagon a little bit. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It is good. It is good as Jesus is good. Okay, Jesus is better. but as far as these earthly things go, Mountain Dew is amazing. Oh, so good. So good. Yep. So what I wanted to talk about a little bit is ownership. So one of the things that I saw on one of the podcasts was talking about how good leaders apologize, or they say they're sorry. And I think that there's a difference between apologizing and owning a mistake. So there's... The way I see it is that you can't be a Christian unless you're actually going to own the fact that you are a sinner. That it's not just I'm a kind of good person. It's like, no, I am a sinner. I am corrupt at the core. And that's why we need Jesus. If you don't actually fully admit that and you're saying, well, parts of my life are good, you're not fully owning it. Think about it like this. You ever had a boss that set up the day and made a plan, and it was a bad plan, and it was just terrible, and everything went to crap? Like, you're in a restaurant, and you're running on a 5 front or something like that, and you should have been on a 7 front, and it was just a disaster. Or they made the schedule for only two cooks when you needed 4 cooks. And then they're like, all right, guys, it's a new day. Let's get to it. They don't even acknowledge what happened in the past. Those are kind of iffy. Then the next level is, well, if you guys had just followed my plan, then things would have gone just fine. It's like, well, dude, you're the one that set the plan, and it was a bad plan, dude. How about you maybe own the fact that you made a bad plan, and then you can move forward from it. And I've known some leaders in the past that have tried to say, no, I never say that I made a mistake to my crew, ever. Nope. They'll lose all respect for me if I do that. What? What? What are you talking about? They respect you more. So let me put it this way. I had a boss when I was an order filler, and he had only been my boss for like 3 months, and I was a mover and shaker in the area, as you can imagine. And I was always the guy that would go clean and take care of everything at the end of the night to make sure everything was perfect for the next day. It's one of the few hourlies that would do that. And I had been training a lot of different people, so I had follow-ups with people. So I went into an aisle to go downstack it, make sure that everything was faced and perfect, and it took me about 20 minutes. And then I went on to go clean out the wet room, where we got the misters that are on there, so the floor gets all wet stuff. So I had told the manager, hey, I'm going to go do these things, and this is what I'm going to do. And it was the normal thing. Like, this is what I always do because they asked me to take care of these because nobody else wants to. Nobody else wants to do the crap stuff, so I do it because I'm getting paid. So the manager comes up, goes up to the other manager and says, "What's Pete doing? I told him to go clean that aisle like 10 minutes ago, and he should be done and going home. What's he doing? Oh, he's cleaning the wet room. I didn't tell. He's milking the clock. That's what he's doing. He's just wasting time." So that manager called me to the desk and said, "Hey, dude, I think you should probably just stop and go home." I was like, "Why? What happened? What'd I do?" He goes, "No, you didn't do anything. It's just, he's saying this." I said, "Well, that's not how that conversation went at all. Like, you asked me to go do this, and I went to do it." He goes, "I know, but..." So I went up to that other manager and said, "Dude, hey, if I gave the impression that I was just standing around doing stuff, that is not what I want to do. I am sorry that I gave that impression. I was cleaning the aisles, and I was going to go work on the wet room, and, I heard that you thought I was just going to leave after that other aisle, and I'm sorry I gave that impression there. And, the other manager came and told me just to make sure. I want to make sure there's no bad blood." He goes, "What are you talking about? I didn't say that." "Oh, really? Oh, really?" So not only did he not own it, he also denied it. There was 2 parts that were wrong on that. I lost so much respect for that dude in that moment. Because then I said, "Well, so then what is he trying to say?" "No, I didn't have any problem with it at all. You can do whatever you need." So I said, "So when you went up to the other manager and you said he's just milking the clock and he just needs to get out here," No, you're fine. So you're just bad-mouthing me to the other manager for what? And you're not going to... Dude, come on. And he refused to acknowledge anything. So then there was another day later on, a couple weeks later, where he was running the dock on the receiving side, and he had decided, what the flow was going to be. How many order fillers in the pick, how many lift drivers lifting the pallets up and down, and how many loaders putting the pallets inside the trailer. And he didn't have enough loaders on the dock. He didn't have enough haulers hauling the pallets to the doors after the order fillers finished. So the loaders finished like 3 hours after the order fillers did, which is not good. Usually they only start a half an hour later, so they're supposed to finish only 30 minutes after that. So he went up the next day at startup. "All right, guys, I laid out this plan for what it was supposed to be. And if you all had just executed my plan, we wouldn't have had a day like we had yesterday. So this time, follow my plan." Everyone in the crew was just like, "Who is this guy? What?" Yeah, that didn't go well for him. He transferred like a month and a half later. And he and I were talking a few years later about it, and he regretted his decisions, but he never admitted fault to anyone on it. Like, you make a plan, and it was a flawed plan, so of course the outcome was bad, and you blamed people not following your plan to a T when it was wrong, so people tried to adjust the plan a little bit to make it so it's not so bad. And then you got on them about that. "You didn't follow my plan." Come on, man. Come on, own it. Own it. This is something that I've been really pushing on my kids forever. Own it. You make a mistake, just own it. You can't move if you can potentially, maybe, possibly move past it if you don't, but it's not going to be with anyone that's right nearby you because you're offending them by with the fact that you're hiding it. We all know, except you're just not willing to own it. So there's this huge wall that's just put up right there. Why? For what purpose? Just own it. Just own it. And that's what Jesus asked us all to do. The whole point of him going through Matthew, the way I see it, in the Sermon on the Mount, in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, was to point out this is the bar of perfection, guys. This is what it means to be good. And this is what actual sin is. It said, if you don't commit adultery. But I tell you the truth, if you look at a woman with lust in your heart, you take that second look, you might as well have slept with her because your heart is corrupt. And then he's talking about the things that are good, like when you fast, do all these things, and then your righteousness will shine before you. Well, it's kind of absurd. You don't have righteousness. Paul even said, my righteousness is as filthy rags compared to Christ. It is worthless. Our righteousness is nothing. You have to fully own that as a human, when it comes to doing right and wrong, we are failures. And without that full ownership, then Christ can't take over every part of your life. He wants to be Lord over your whole life, not part of it, not some of it, not 30% of it or 80% of it, all of it. And that goes into the next part. There's nothing too big or too small that he doesn't want to be involved in. Someone like me, I have a very limited amount of time, right? I work 50 hours a week on a good week. Sometimes it's more. I've got a half an hour of travel to 25 minutes of travel to work and then back, which is not necessarily terrible. But then I also have responsibilities where I need to take my kid to school, pick him up, go to the different rehearsals that are there. I've got to make dinner, do all the things of a dad. I stream from time to time. So how much actual free time do I have on top of that? Well, I've got 3 hours where I can stream like this and a couple hours ahead of time. What else do I have? Well, I can't be there for every minute detail of everyone. Jesus can. That's what makes him so amazing, is that there's no time is not an issue for him, because he's beyond it. He's everywhere all the time, so he literally wants to know everything that's going on in your life. He wants you to completely surrender to him, not just most of the way in most of the ways. One of the things that I really struggled with for the longest time was, well, I have skills, I have talent. I don't need to involve God in this part here because he's blessed me with that talent and I can just go with it. So as soon as I make that decision, I don't need God in this part of my life. Now that part becomes a problem, even though I'm talented and skilled. Because he wants to be Lord of your entire life. And it's for the better. It says that he wants to be our ally. And if we don't let him in on everything, he can't be our ally. But he will insist on being your ally. If you choose him, then he will put his finger on all the different parts of your life where you're holding back and you're not letting him actually be Lord over your life. He's done that with me many times in my life. It's the reason why I moved out to Wyoming, is because he was putting his finger on me and saying, oh, you're going to go ahead and choose a woman over me? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? No, I'm going to choose you. Okay. And then, Coffee Lady breaks up with me and then decides after multiple signs and miracles, she decided she was going to follow me out here anyway. But he had to put his finger on that. Which area of your life are you holding back from God? Which area of your life are you hiding? I'll give you a hint. A tip in success in life. He already knows what you're hiding. So why hide it? Don't. Just get it all out. I would rather rely on him 100% of the way. And it's still a struggle because there's still different areas of my life where he's pointing out, you're not relying on me. Does that mean that you're not supposed to work hard? No. Does it mean that work ethic is worthless? No. He honors that, clearly. But it does mean that if you think that you're all that in a bag of potato chips, you're not. And he will point it out. He will point it out. Coffee Lady says, when I see you in the water, all I can think of just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Is that like a swimming reference from like in the pool? Yeah, I'm not going to repeat that, Barley, but yeah, you're right. You're a natural blue. Where did the book go? Oh goodness, yeah. So ownership is a really big deal. If a person just if they get confronted with something that they lied about something and they respond, "Well, I'm sorry." Are they really sorry? Wow, I can really feel the remorse in your voice there. I'm feeling so much better about things right now. Well, sure. I mean, I'm not paid for this, so yeah, it's free time, right, Vinny? You know, when you're sorry, the genuineness of being sorry is acknowledging that what you did was wrong. Not saying, "Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way." You can say, "I'm sorry I made you feel that way." You're owning it. I made you feel that way. You don't just feel that way. Because then you're saying, well, it's not really wrong what I did. Own it. You got to own it all the way. That's what genuine apologies are like. That's what good leaders do. That's what Christians should do. You own it. If you're not owning your mistakes, how can you be expected to move beyond them? It's really hard. It's really difficult. Good stuff. Especially with Mountain Dew. Okay. Time to go back to the game. Right on about, "I'm sorry I caused that. Your feelings are hurt." Yep. How can I make it right within my power? Yep. Mikey is really cute. You're right. He's pretty awesome. Okay. Okay, we're fully repaired. We're good. I think maybe Coffee Lady might be a little behind on the stream. I'm just saying. Where are we gonna go? Well, and we go through the water, and there is an ad. Perfect. Good things happen after 3 days. Yep. I see what you did there. All right. Time to add in all the rest of the signs, guys. Wouldn't it be something if someone actually went through and tried to, like, write on every single one of these signs? Whoop. Hey, that's a W. We're going to leave it. Oh. Oh. Maybe? Okay. So what am I going to do here? This is not actually flowing the rest of the way, is it? Because of this. Is it because of the sign? No? Is it because I didn't expand this out? Also no? Okay, what am I doing here? What am I doing with my life? Okay. Okay. Yep. I think I know what I need to do on this, but I'm not 100% certain. We're going to go for it. So I'm going to fill this in the rest of the way, and then I'm going to try to, like, put in the water in here to try to, like, make it expand. Yep. It's really fascinating why some of it goes and some of it doesn't. That's right. 3 days is Resurrection Day. That's right. Well, 2.5 days. Actually, it's only 2.5 days, okay? Am I out? I think I am. Okay, we got water over everything. Yes? Let's test it. And there it goes. Okay. So now we can break all of it. Oh, hey, I shouldn't use fortune for that. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. And there's one sign I need to replace, right? Found it. Okay. Can I see what I'm doing? No. Can you? Also no. Okay. I think Coffee Lady's still at work too. I'm kind of surprised. Like she's a server over at Chili's, by the way, and she's really good at what she does. But yeah, she's supposed to be serving tables right now. So I wonder what is going on. Ooh, what happened there? Was that me? I think it was. It usually always is, right? Okay, let's get the regular ice out and we can fill this in. Right? So it is... Okay. Yes. Yes! Ah, her break time. Nice. You silly goose. Servers don't get breaks. They just have times in between their tables. At least that's the way they do it at Chili's. Oh man, I'm really looking forward to the manicotti. I've got to say, like, the more I think about it, the more I want it. I wants it. I needs it. Ooh, you know what? I'm not sure I need to have all of these in here. Because the water mechanics, if I actually just get those two edges that are there, it should fill it in the rest of the way 100%, right? Like so. So now if I do the fortune here, yeah. Yep. Yep. All right, so if I go all the way around here and I put these and come back all the way across, this should do the same thing, but in reverse, right? Yes. All right. Let us see if it works now. It should. It should work absolutely perfectly. We're not seeing anything else that's weird. And it should just flow and then, like, instantly absorb. Ah! Okay. There we go. I pray I don't disappoint you with the manicotti. I don't think that's really quite possible for you to disappoint me with the manicotti, okay? Listen, Linda. Okay, let's watch. It floats. It goes up. And does it get stuck? It floats. Good. Okay. Let's do a whole line, huh? This will be the real test. So we should be able to see 100% of them all float up, and then none of them get stuck and all of them float down. You see it? Not one issue. Okay, so third time's the charm. And sleep time. Very nice. All right. So then we have the glass that we need to cover it with, and then we can expose it, right? Yeah? All right. Is there anything else in here that we need to do before we close this off? Okay, listen, Linda. You're causing problems here, okay? I'm not seeing anything wrong. This is good. Okay. Let's get the glass in place. Sweet. Oh, man. One of the things that we're going to get onto that server for XP Church is the plugin that allows Java players to speed bridge. It kind of doesn't work exactly the same, but it's pretty close. As long as you're going straight, it works, but it doesn't really work if you're going sideways, which honestly is kind of what happens in Bedrock anyway, so. I mean, you guys watched me when I was trying to do the sponges earlier and trying to go sideways placing it, and it just wasn't happening. Oh, yes. Okay. And then we break this down, and it all fills in. It's like magic. So, did you guys watch Sleepless in Seattle when you were on vacation? Or what movie did you actually watch, Farley? Trying to remember. Cake's all trying to mouth something over to me, and I can't read his lips. I'm not that good. I'm not that talented. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I can't do that. Nope. Huh. I did a bad thing. That's not good. Nope, it's not good. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I think we need to see the damage. Okay. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Look, it looks like steamy in here. That's so cool. Alright, we're gonna punch our way out and we're gonna go get some more glass. You were watching while you were sleeping. Ah, okay. Oh, hey, I should probably fill in that hole from where I swam out of. Yep, totally forgot about expanding this section out here. Okay. So, we only have one stack of glass left. And then you watch the Young Sherlock new series. Ooh, I haven't seen any of that. Is it any good? Is it anything like the other one that we watched and thoroughly enjoyed? Thoroughly. You have to say it like a Brit. Thoroughly. Not enough, I say. Not enough. Is there any more regular glass just kind of like laying around? That's what we call negative Ghost Rider. Negative. Light gray, gray. Okay. We may need to go on a glass spree. And when I say may, I mean we will. Eventually. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so we know that we can just break it and replace it. And there's no harm, no foul. So we expose it to the light. And then cap it off. All right. So now... It's trying. Look at that. Okay. That's good. That's good. That's very good. Five Iron Frenzy. They were good. They were good. They were really, really, really good. Who remembers that old Reliant K song? I watched this documentary, an interview that was between a lead singer of a band and Matt Thiessen, who's the lead singer for Reliant K and primary songwriter. And it brought back all of the memories, like all of them, like all of them. What'd you say? You watch Pride and Prejudice? Mr. Darcy, no! Oh my gosh, it's so good, so funny, and lots of back info that isn't written about. I love how he's not a creepy dark character like the recent Sherlock's been. Oh, you're talking about the young Sherlock there. Okay. Him being portrayed like what did you write there? He's portrayed more like an innocent genius who is clueless to people. Okay, yep. Is there a reason why I'm looking in here? I don't know. I think so. Okay. Here we go. Good. Good. So we can place some of this. Whoop. Nope. Is it not too much? Dehaunts. There we go. Das ist so gut, yeah. And we can go in there and get our stuff out. So we did place the water in there. And now it shall return to normal. Okay, so for this one, though, we're going to do this smarter. And we're going to do the water sources on top so we can conserve our ice, so we also don't need to make an ice trip. Okay. He's just innocent because being good is so much more important to him, much like you. That's what the young Sherlock was like. Pulled on my heartstrings! So can I break this? Yes, I can. Boom. Boom, boom. Okay. Now we put in our signs, of which we have an abundance. We also watched One Night with the King. Ooh, that is a good one. The story of Esther. There we go. All the signs are in place. Yes. 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 All right. So now, how much room do we have? Not a ton. That's fine. So we're going to place down all of the packed ice underneath in order to expand it out, as we did the other. You also watched the first season of Jericho from back in 2007? What's that? What is Jericho? Look at all this fill in. Look at it. Look at it. Did it actually just do exactly what we want on the first time? How wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's still 7. That is so weird. Why does water flow 6 sometimes and 7 others? Whatever. It works. Okay. So I have 25 ice. That is not enough. It is not. I wish it was. But unfortunately, 'tis not. All right. So we're going to break all this down, and then we're going to go get some more regular ice. And remember, the ice place isn't that far away, so it shouldn't take too long. It should go fairly quick. Because I've got my trusty X-Acto knife here. We're gonna go do it to it over there. We could just let this be passive and just have all the kelp eventually grow up to fill up everything, but there's gonna be so much loss in between now and then. I don't like it. I don't like loss, okay? My job as an engineer is to eliminate loss, not create loss, okay? This is the barrier of where there is no source blocks for water. Okay. Let's get out of the water. Skedaddle on out of here. Take our ice chest out and put stuff away. We'll keep it out. And we're going to go... Which way are we going? That way. Yes, that way.
Save on spring favorites at Whole Foods Market from March.
It's a series about what happens to the U.S. after a nuclear attack on several states, and D.C. is completely destroyed along with all political leaders at that time. Oh my God. Oh, wait. I remember this. I think I remembered watching some of these episodes with my dad. It reminded me a lot of 24. Does that sound right? Or is that Designated Survivor I'm thinking of? I think it's Designated Survivor. It's like the same thing, but not. Hey, look. He's trying to cause problems here. This guy. This guy. Where are you going, guy? Hello? Okay, look, listen, Linda. We gotta sleep. To make it happen, Captain. And then they'll all burn. Except for the ones that don't. Got him. I got him. Okay. And the music returns. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Nope. Thou shalt not shoot me. No. No. All right. So if we're going to do this, so ice needs a seed in order to grow back. It has to have something to grow on, either dirt or a block or something along those lines. So we're not going to take 100% of it. We're going to take a lot of it. A lot of it. Okay? Okay. Well, I thought I ate that. Jericho is located in Kansas and survives the attack on Denver. It's about how a group of people in the town survived the nuclear attack. Oh, that is not at all what I expected. Not even a little bit. No. Okay. We gotta let it seed back in. Yes. If only water was infinite like this. If I have two sources that touch each other, they become infinite. What? There we go. You said what Little Vixie said about regarding what you said about not liking to help. What? Was there words? No, it's only Barley that's typing in the chat. Okay. I said what Little Vixie said regarding what you said about not liking to let the kelp grow wild, not about the show. Okay. That makes sense. Makes sense now. All right. And then we fix it. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. He was trying to attack me, okay? I had to stop it. Some of them under the water too. Under the sea. Get it? How much do we have? 3 stacks. Let's get a few more. Whoop, whoop. Yes, I did. He was attacking me. Thank you for validating my feelings on there. My feelings are not invalid. I think maybe I'm not the first person to gather ice here. Because the only way ice forms underneath is like this when it's exposed. Unless it's just forming that fast. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. As fast as I can break it, the water spreads. For the most part. Okay. Why is that acting so weird? Is that all the rest of it? Okay, it is. It's good. It's good. We're good. You see how it's already starting to expand back out in? This is how people make like ice farms. Is they build it in an ice biome like that, and they have a perpetual like ice flow area that constantly regenerates it. Maybe something I can do in the XP server, huh? There we are. There we are, making that progress. You know, every now and then I think back to conversations that I've had with my kids or other people over the years. And one of the things I said to my oldest son once was, your feelings aren't valid. They're invalid because they're based on unfactual data. Like, who says that to their kids? I did. I regret my decisions. I'm sorry, Jeef. Okay, so now we need to have the double layer. Like so. Almost like that one, but not. Okay, still not. Some of these are already starting to grow. Like that one. Ooh. All right. And now we break it all. We mix the water sources. We make them, and we love them. Sometimes parenting is hard. Sometimes not being dumb is hard. That's how I feel sometimes. Gosh, sometimes I make some real bonehead maneuvers. Ooh, looks like I broke one. All right. I think this one's actually set. Now I just need to replace the glass on the sides, right?
A better how bad.
Which I don't have a ton.
The majority of
Yeah, we said we were going to go on a glass gathering mission here. I meant it. Okay, let's see what happens. Success. Sweet. Okay, let's do it. Let us see all the kelp rise from the ashes. Don't we all? Yeah, sometimes I wonder. I wonder what it must be like to not be dumb and to not make mistakes like that sometimes, you know? I wouldn't know. All right, we only have 14 glass left. That is all we have. So does that mean it goes here like so? Yes, it does. Sweet. Okay. Let's go get some more. Whoop. Okay. Look, Mom, I'm falling real fast. We can take our ice and put it away. Duh. At least for now. Hey, I found my water bucket. Stop looking. We need... What are you selling? Where's the other guy? There's always... Two there are! Always two there are. Where's the second? Oh, he probably went through the portal. You dodged it this time, guy. All right, what are we doing? We're going to get fish. We're going to sell it. We're going to use the emerald, our earnings, to get all of the things from the villagers. Let's go ahead and set this down. And yeah, das ist so gut. Just to be sure not to kick the bucket. Okay. It reminds me of the joke from Toy Story. Maybe I can be the dominant predator. That Rex guy, man, he had so many quotable lines. It was so great. Oh, now I have guilt. You know, that's the same guy that was on Princess Bride that said, "Inconceivable." You see, little do you know, I'm Sicilian, and you never mess with Sicilians. Ha! Ha 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 ha! He dies. That's so absurd. What's that guy's name, that actor? I can't remember. I used to know it at one point. And then now I don't. Funny how that works. Oh no! I used all my fish! I gotta get more before he goes to sleep! Okay, got it. We're good. We were like 2 stacks short. Stack and a half. Hello? He was also on Murphy Brown. Right, he's the Alls I Know guy, right? Sticking a pencil in his ear. Alls I Know. I forgot about that. Huh. Okay. Where are you trying to go, guy? Oh, is it just your beds that you can't connect to? That's what I think it is. I gotta fix that. Give me all of the glass, please. I said all, not some, and all of the glass. All the glass, please. There we go. Give me the glass. Uno más. Uno. I said uno más. Yes. There we go. That's enough. We don't need to get too much. Alls I Know. Wow. I haven't seen that episode, Barley, in like 25, 30 years. Somehow, you saying that all of a sudden brought it back. Murphy Brown. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that. All right. So now we got the green dye that we had stored over here from our shenanigans with all the cactus before. Leave 4 in there. Yep. That means we can take 3 stacks. Bazinga. There it is. Okay. Why do we retain some info and not other info that might be more important? Hey, listen, Linda. That is equally important, okay? Memories are precious. All right. Let's go and fill in the rest of the vidrio. Sweet. Whoop. Depends. Our existence depends upon sitcom info. Hey, you never know. It might help you relate with someone, and then they get saved from it. He understands me. He sees Star Trek. That's absurd. I know. Okay, so now comes the time where we actually need to replace things somewhat quickly, I think, or it'll cause problems, possibly. Hey guy, what you doing there, huh? Whoop. Oh, okay. Let us see if this actually causes problems when I repair it. Nope. No problems. Hey, look, there's another guy who's trying to attack me. He failed. There we go. Good, good, good. Star Trek, yeah. Perhaps my impression of Picard will cause someone to feel like they can relate to me in such a way that they might actually want to listen for a moment, to be like, maybe I'll give this Jesus guy a chance. One can only hope. These guys, they don't know when to quit. All right, almost there. We got one more side to go, and then we can work on the actual collection for the last 20 minutes of the stream. The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther. That's right. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we are. Okay, we get the ice back. I think this ice will need to go back into the storage system. No, we'll just keep it in the ice box. It's fine. It's allowed. Yes. Yes. All right, did we miss anything? I know I need to get this spot here fixed with the dark prismarine. What is that doing there, and why is it only floating? Uh-oh. Oh no. The lightning was so perfect. What was that? Oh no. Oh my goodness. I think I might have just broke this last one. Because I broke open this whole line here. I think it made all of it full source blocks. These guys are relentless. You guys, I'm really smart sometimes. A bolt of lightning! Yeah. Remember how we were just talking about not doing the dumb? Well, you know how I just did the dumb? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's not fun. Don't do that. What was I thinking? Tom! How could I have been so careless? The way he read those lines is so unique. Because, I mean, if you look at it's written down, how would you read that? What was I thinking, Tom? How could I have been so careless? So, okay, look. What I did was I removed this whole line of ice, which meant that I had source blocks that were exposed to this one here, which then made this all source blocks, which was exposed to the source block there, which then made this all source blocks, so on and so forth, throughout the entire side. Ah. I don't like the way he was looking at me. Christopher Lloyd really did capture that character. For certain. All right, how am I going to do this? How am I going to fix this? Okay, first things first. Let's clear out the hoppers. Then we can go put our stuff away. Woo! The computer was struggling with that one. That was like 5 frames. Whoops. Firefly YTs. Welcome to the stream, dude. How you doing? And go put the signs away. I didn't like the way he was looking at me. Yeah, that's right. That's why the drown's drowned. All right. So in order to do this, we got to remove the water, except for the one source, place the blocks underneath it, and then remove them to make sure that they're still source blocks. Got it. Got it. We can do it. We got a plan. Okay. So I'm going to make a 2-block entrance just so it's a little easier to see what's going on there. And need to get some more ice out. Every time I go in here, I think of Tron. It's like I'm part of the grid. All right, let's do this. It's kind of amazing that these things are still growing up that tall without the farm triggering, you know? There we go. Come on now. Almost. It's a good thing we got all those conduits nearby too, man. Like, dude, it would this would be hard if we'd had to go up for air all the time. For certain. For certain. You see that I said that without the Irish accent this time. For certain. It doesn't sound great. Sometimes you just need to put the accent on there, and then all of a sudden it makes it sound amazing. Because instead of being for certain, it becomes for certain. That is the way it works there, isn't it? Hi. Alright, so then this next layer, we're just going to place these here. And then we'll come, whoop. It's almost like what I wanted to do, but it's not. Oh, look, the storm stopped. All right. And then the rest can be the packed ice, yes? It was right in front of him. Okay, yeah, let's do it. So we got to place all this underneath it. This is going to make things somewhat difficult, but it's okay. Alright, so how am I going to get it on the top part? I'm going to make another hole in the glass, I think. There we go. Good. Alright, so That is not missing anything per se. There we go. We just gotta crawl, okay? It's a good thing we got Swift Sneak on here. Otherwise, this would be torture. Did I not place a block there? No, I did. It just looked like it was something when it wasn't. Okay, listen, Linda. I don't like you. I'm gonna close you off. There it is. Good. All right. Now we can remove this line, which is when the water comes back. Uno más. Yes. And did it actually go all the way through all the way? It looks like it did. Marvelous. So now we need to make the source blocks. Hi. There it is. I can almost see what I'm doing. There we go. And then the rest can be silk-touched. And all of these should go into those hoppers down over there, so we should be able to recover all of it. Yep. You see how those blocks are still rising through right after we break them? Like these will rise now. You see that? Working as intended. Okay. Okay, can we watch it flow? Not really. Really close. Okay. Is there anything else underneath? Did we finish fixing it? Like, for real this time? I think so. There we go. Okay, I'm feeling better about things. Feeling better about the stuff and also the things. Okay. There we are. Did we get that outside all the way covered? I think we did. Okay, so all of our ice should be in here now. Yes. And this one has other things. Marvelous. Good! Oh, man. Now all we need to do is just pipe this down into a couple of chests. Yep. That's what's left. Oh, and the main path that juts out from over there and comes all the way over, which will probably take a couple of hours. See where we are at in this. I can kind of see it. You guys see it right there? All right. So what Y level is this at then? 51. Hey guy. That hurt. Okay, so 51 is here. Interesting. So we could actually like drop it down further for this area in order to get there? That is an idea. Look at that. This sunset is something else, dude. I love this stuff. A giant jellyfish? Yeah, it's a squid. It's where I get my ink sacs from. And then darkness comes and the night begins. All right, so let's go put some stuff away. And we could maybe plot out a little bit of where that path is going to be before we wrap things up. Yeah. Yeah. Right, boss. Yeah. Still, the brightness seems really dark. Thought maybe I'd get used to it as the stream went on, but I did not. No. And the glass. Perfect. It's like the light emissivity of these was cut down by like 50% or 60%, so things just aren't quite lit up as much. Oh, hey. Come on, Mojang. That happened once right before the stream, too. Una vez. Una vez eso ocurrió, okay? That means one time it happened. I know. Is that a sign where we should just end it? We're like 5 minutes from normal ending time. I think we can wrap things up a little bit. Maybe take a look at how things look from afar. Come on now. You know you want to advance. See that? It advanced a little tiny bit. Using firework rockets boosts elytra speed in midair. Just make sure they don't explode, otherwise it'll hurt badly. Okay. Okay. Whatever you say. It's not really advancing. I wonder if Realms just crashed. Hey, you know there's a way we can look at that? You can see I've looked at this before. Down detector. Okay. See, all you got to do is threaten it, and then it lets you back in, okay? Are you down? Are you acting up again? No, no, I'm not acting up, really, I promise. What's that? Okay. The glitch is strong with this one. Okay, let's go take a look-see, shall we? I was kind of looking at it from over here when I was starting off the stream just to kind of take a look. Yeah. You can see the M off in the distance, way over there. I wonder if I go to the corner if I can see the corner of the lighthouse too. Nope. No such luck. No, senor, no. No, he not here right now, no. Okay, well, we are going to wrap things up, guys. We're going to not have the spear sitting in our hand like that. And you can see my beautiful face. There it is. See that? Okay, well, thank you guys very much for hanging out today with me on this wonderful Friday stream, a Good Friday stream. Hope you guys have a wonderful Resurrection Day. I know I'm going to be having some amazing manicotti made by Bearded Barley herself. Oh, yes, my family is treated well. That is for certain. Hope you guys are able to get something out of this today. We had a really good conversation on ownership at the halfway point today. If you guys didn't catch that, go back. It's around the hour and a half mark-ish. Right on there. It's, you know, Mikey time. It's a good thing. If you guys haven't done so yet, please make sure that you like the stream. If you're watching on YouTube after the fact, like the video. Press that button. That's that thumbs up. Do it. Press the thumbs up button, guys. Do it. And then subscribe to Dark Maestro and join the Army of Light so you can help us too spread joy that comes from our Creator, Jesus Christ. And while you're at it, you want to go ahead and ding that bell? Can you ding that bell? It gives you all the notifications so that you know when I'm going live and when I'm doing posts, or I post shorts out there or videos instead of, 12 hours after the fact, which is what it will do and has done and will continue to do forevermore. Yeah, we were able to do a couple of really good things today. We were able to finish off the kelp farm, get the collection system all ready to go so we can pipe it all in. We got a real W over there. There's even a W on one of the signs. I know. I know. So next time we'll have to really get this connection point over here where we can come around there, connect to it, come around, and then connect all the way up to the main connector piece over yonder. Yeah, we're getting there. We're doing stuff and things. That's right. Ding-a-ling-a-ling from Christmas Vacation, right? Yeah, that's right.
Living with chronic migraine.
Okay, we are going to mute that commercial. Yes, we are. Okay. So let's finish this off the right way, guys. We choose to be the beacon. Be the beacon. Because sometimes people in life just need that source of light that's right next to them. Great thing about being a Christian is that God will often call you where you are, with who is around you. You don't need to go off on some place to go 2,000 miles away or 10,000 miles away to go on a mission trip. Sometimes you just need to go 5 miles to work and talk about Christ to the person right next to you. To be the person that can show, like, hey, I have an unending source of joy. Yeah, crap can happen. I've got stuff that goes on in my life too. I'm going through some of it right now. But that doesn't mean I can't have an optimistic outlook on things, that I can't trust that God's going to work things out for the good. Hi, there's words. Let me try that again. I can trust that God's going to work things to the good, because it says that for those that love him and are called to his purposes, that he can work all things to the good, both the good and the bad that happens. So although it may suck right now, it's going to be fine in the end, and it'll be all right. It'll be everything little thing. It's going to be all right. So if you guys get that moment where you have that chance and you can talk about Christ to someone that you know, and you feel that tugging on your heart, say something. Say something. Tell them. Do it. Don't wait. Just do it. Have faith and courage. Be strong and be courageous. And say what needs to be said. Tell the person about Jesus Christ who died on this Good Friday, who resurrected on Resurrection Day morning, on Sunday morning, for all of us, so we could have a relationship with him. So it's no longer just a list of things that you have to just do. It's a relationship that you have, and he changes you from the inside out. So instead of having that constant desire of doing the wrong thing all the time and taking joy out of doing evil, you get joy out of doing good. And you feel bad about doing the wrong thing, so you don't want to do them anymore. Man, it is so freeing to be a Christian. And a lot of people think that it's a list of regulations. It's not. It's not a list of regulations. It's a relationship that changes who you are. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for joining today and being part of the Army of Light. Thank you guys very much. Next week, probably Friday, we'll see what's going on. I'll make sure that there's a post if it's going to be something different. But I'm going to try to lean on Fridays because XP Church tends to have stuff going on when I stream on Saturdays. We'll see. I don't know. I just don't want to interfere with the things that they've got going on. So watch out for the posts that are on there. If you guys haven't done so, please make sure you comment down below. I read all the comments. I love to hear what you guys think. If you have questions about the Bible, about faith, what's holding you back, or a story of ownership where you found that actually owning your mistakes went, good things came from it, put it down below. I'd love to see your story. I read all the comments and I usually respond to them too. All right, guys, you have a wonderful day. And remember, be good to others because God was good to you first. And as always, be the beacon.